Welcome back. I made a video yesterday, but then I realized that the footage was pretty bad. Thought today I'd talk about some career things that I've been thinking about recently. So I wanted to continue the How to Get Into Med School series, but also make it a bit more generalized and applicable to anybody in that sort of stage of life. So I thought I'd focus on how to network in this video. Networking is really this sort of skill that everybody always talks about, and at least as a high school student, to me, it was really elusive what that even meant and how that works, and it felt really transactional and superficial. And I didn't want all my social interactions to just be about getting something from somebody else. But as I've gotten older, I've realized how valuable networking is, basically, and what it's like to be successful at networking in situations. And I just wanted to offer a bit of a how-to and some tips and tricks for networking, especially while at university, and maybe if you are in the same sort of transitional period as I am, where you're trying to transition out of university studies and into industry or the career world on some level. So my first tip, kind of cliche, but be kind to everyone, always. So this is not only a great tip for your actual life, but it's really helpful in a networking setting, because networking isn't always a direct, I need something now and I'm approaching somebody for it situation, or vice versa. It can be that you're building up a group of people, a network, if you will, that know you in a professional setting or an academic setting. And then when the time comes that you need a promotion, or you want to find a new job, or you're moving house, those people come in handy because they're your network. But network is built up over multiple years, and you never know who might become part of your network down the line when you first meet them. So it's really important to just always be kind and make a good impression. Along with that, extending into more a professional setting, my next tip is to be a positive and productive member of every team that you join. Of course, everyone has bad days, but in general, be a team member that people want to have around. When you're doing group projects at university, although it seems insignificant at the time, be the person to make the plan and meet the deadline and get everyone on board with a new idea and show up with a smile on your face and bring enthusiasm and energy into the room. That's something that people will really appreciate no matter what sort of team you're working on. And believe me, even though group projects can be annoying at school, it just kind of continues into university, and also in little jobs that I've done so far. Teamwork just is crucial. So it's good to get practice at being a good team member. My third tip is to have a LinkedIn page and or to be visible. I just went to a career talk yesterday, actually, where one of the speakers emphasized the importance of being visible in today's day and age. And by that, I don't mean that you have to be active on every social media platform and tweet all day long, but the fact that people can look up your name and find you on some sort of platform and learn about your CV and any passions and interests of yours is really valuable, and it helps to start building that image from, many years on from university, for example, because that way you can shape the way people view you. And since so much of our life happens online, it is a really impactful way to show people who you are. All right, my next point is to go to extra events at university. So your university experience, if you're doing that, is probably really a gold mine for meeting people and exposing yourself to different careers and different fields. And I really didn't take advantage of this in my first semester of my master's, and then in the second semester I really have been going to a bunch of talks. What's happening? Okay, in my second semester I really gone to a lot of talks, and it's been really interesting and has enabled me to sort of find people that are in the industries that I want to work in the future. And one of the companies actually that presented at a talk that I went to recently, I've now applied for a job for, and it gives you a little bit more to go on if you've met these people in person. So I highly recommend that, and I feel like it also makes your degree a lot more fulfilling because it seems like there's, a broader context into which you place your university acquired knowledge. Okay, my fifth point is to make friends on your course. Again, this is a general life tip. University is just so much more fun if you're friends with the people in your class, but on top of that, you kind of underestimate that all of the people that you meet at uni are going to become real adults along with you, and those will be valuable connections for your future as well. And if you think about it, you would probably go the extra mile to help out a friend of yours in a career setting, and there's nothing to say that they wouldn't do the same for you. So friends can be a really valuable source of information, advice, and support. I also recommend talking to lecturers after class. So in the same way that going to events is going to help you network, using your lecturers for their advice and creating connections with them will help when you need recommendations for jobs or for further study. And it'll also help you gain an insight into academia and the branch of academia that you're studying. Maybe you want to go into that field. These are people that could become your mentor. I know mentorship is a big topic of conversation in career talk these days, but the real way that mentors come about is really on an informal level where you ask them for advice or you contributed to their research project and then they in turn write you a reference, and then that snowballs into them being your mentor. So yeah, talk to your lecturers after class. I've met so many great people by doing this. Right, another point about presenting yourself is to be professional. So that means coming on time to meetings, having points prepared, learning how to speak eloquently in front of an audience, being dressed in a professional way as well. To some extent, I think that's just personal opinion, but being presentable and professional will give a lasting good impression of you and will make people want to work with you again. My last one is, again, about university and about getting the most out of your experience there. And that is to join extra societies, help plan events, and sign up to be a student representative or something along those lines. So just to get uber involved in your university experience. I realize that that sort of role isn't for everyone. It's something that I just particularly enjoy anyway. But I've realized over the years that that's been really valuable for networking. At my undergrad, for example, I was on the student association board that runs all the social committees. And looking back now, I knew so many people at university personally. And I mean, I had 300 LinkedIn connections just from my undergrad. So really meeting people and making friends and getting involved and contributing to the community that you live and that you work in is really fun and also really valuable from a networking perspective. Hi, sorry, my camera just ran out for the second time today. But what I wanted to say just to finish off is, networking is really highlighted when people talk about career progression, and it's tricky for people that are shy or that have some sort of anxiety in social situations, and that is definitely a barrier. But I think try to find ways to do it online if you're uncomfortable doing networking in person, or if the career that you're wanting to get into is not in your country, attend online webinars and that sort of thing, and make a LinkedIn page. And just see it as sort of making friends, but for your professional life. I think it's less about having, 500 contacts and more about having 20 that you actually know and that will actually support you, and vice versa when you need it. It really is a give and take. I feel like everything in life is just about people at the end of the day. People for me is what makes me want to do anything that I do. Studying, I go for my friends on some level. A new job, I'll probably stay around because the colleagues are great. And I don't think I'm the only one that works that way. I hope this video was helpful on some level, no matter what sort of career or industry you're in. Honestly, this really inspired me to do some more networking and see where this whole career thing is gonna go. I just wanted to briefly mention the whole med school thing as well. So if you are applying for med school, networking is equally super valuable for you, for getting a research project, for knowing where to apply to med school, later on choosing your residency. All of these things, networking is never a wrong thing, I would say. So good luck if you're applying for anything, or if you're applying for anything, and thank you for watching. Have a great day, whoever you are, wherever you are. Bye. Oh my god, I forgot to say Happy International Women's Day.